It's Friday night. I just posted my video a couple hours ago, and since then I've been working on a new list. Now, this is the list that was up there. You notice anything? The new list is 3 times longer than the list I took down. Now, a couple of these things I hadn't checked off yet, so they're at the top of this one. But it's all things that got to be done, and it's always like that. I mean, whenever you do a job, it creates 3 or 4 more little jobs after it to finish things off. So I'll go over it real quick with you, show you where I'm at, and then I got some other cool news. So let's grab the camera here. So what I've got here, okay, again, fill the diff, spring bolts, trans fluid and filter, yada yada, a bunch of stuff, bodywork the box, paint the hood and the rear fenders, blast the rims and paint them, put the fuse panel in, headlight buckets, horn, paint the garnish moldings. That's going to have an asterisk beside it. All the rubbers, install the glass, and I still have to get the windshield cut. The vent windows, something's got to be done with those. The heater blower motor, the original is a 6-volt. I got to get a 12-volt one. And the wiper motor is a vacuum operated one. I want to go with an electric. Gauges, speaker cover. The one I have is pretty crusty. Hoping to find a stainless one. Glove box door I have, good shape. The ductwork under the dash for the defrost. Sound deadener, carpet, bed floor, wiring, throttle assembly. Bleed the brakes, the shifter, grille, bumpers, tail lights, badging and trim. Fuel filter or fuel filler. The door in the bed of the floor in the box. Trans dipstick, battery box, wipers. Install the interior, lower rad hose. Yeah, I noticed that it wanted to collapse at the bend at the 90 on the lower rad hose, especially at higher revs. So I either got to put a spring in it or get a new hose with a spring in it so it doesn't do that. Yeah, hood center trim, tailgate hinges, switches and knobs and stuff for the dash, door and window handles. Need to put a neutral switch in this thing, an emergency brake setup. Touch up the paint on the frame, check all the fasteners and bolts and everything underneath, make sure everything's tight, paint touch-ups, and then final buff. And there's room here to add more things, which I'm probably going to have to do. Now, there's a few cool things here. One is the grill that's on here. Got an asterisk beside that one too. I should have one. And like I said, the garnish moldings on the doors. So I'll tell you what's going on with that in just a minute. So, like I said, it's Friday night, so cheers. Anyway, buddy of mine, he just watched my my last video and gave me a call just about half an hour ago. Apparently I stirred up the hornet's nest a little bit, talking about paint versus chrome for the grill and the wheels, etc. Guys are arguing with each other under comments, but whatever, it's all cool. I think that's what makes the hobby, the sport, whatever you want to call it, I think that's what makes it fun. Everybody's got opinions and what they like, and doesn't mean one guy's right and the other one's wrong. It just means they're different. So whatever, it's cool. But anyway, when he saw that I was talking about maybe painting the grill, he had a storage set up at his place, a tent kind of deal, at the back of his property, and apparently it was encroaching on another property and he had to move it. So he had to empty all the stuff out of there. And you know, he's like me, or a lot of us. You've been hoarding stuff for a long time and put it away somewhere and forget you even had it. And that's the case here. Or he knew he had it but didn't know where it was. Anyway, he's got 3 grills. Various states of disrepair, but he said between the 3 of them you can make one good one for a painter. So that's cool, and that's why I want to have, you know, put the asterisk beside that that line on my list. Same with the garnish molding. I've got 2 stainless garnish moldings for the doors, but they're both right hand, so no good. You know, you need a pair. You need a right and a left. He's got one, and he's not sure what side it is, so it's a 50-50 chance of whether it's a left or a right. So and he also has a bunch of other stuff. He said just go through and see what you could find that you can use. So I'm going to be going there tomorrow, check out, see what he's got, and I'll report on that when I get back. I'll see you in the morning when I'm leaving anyway. I'm also going to a friend of my dad's who passed away last year. The guy's wife is cleaning out his tools and stuff. She's having a garage sale tomorrow, so I'm going to swing by there in the morning and then head over to see the parts in the afternoon. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and we'll see you back here in the morning. Later, guys. Good morning. Saturday morning, fairly early. Heading out. I'm going to check out a garage sale of a friend of the family's, and I'm going to go see if we can score some parts that we can use on the project. So, yeah. Maybe we're not going anywhere. There we go. Time for this thing to get a tune-up, I think. Pretty soon. Anyway, like I said, the guy has a whole bunch of Chevy parts, 48 to or 47 to 53. He's into those trucks. I think he's got one with a chopped roof or something. He's also into those 67 to 72 Chevys. So he's got stuff laying around all over the place, just like I do. And he's a hell of a good guy. Probably camera shy though. And you know, I get it. A lot of these guys have stuff in their yards, and they don't, you know, they go through all the trouble of hiding it. And then a dummy like me goes over there and puts it on the internet. So, you know, they don't want that. So, yeah, I don't even bother asking anymore. I just show me going there and show you what I scored when I get back. Unless, of course, you know, the guy's into having me film it and put it on the channel. So, whatever. But anyway, we're heading out, and we'll see what we can score later. Alright, so we're heading into town, and I'm about a half an hour out of town, but I don't know if it shows in the camera very well, but man, the smoke from those forest fires is pretty thick today. It's like a haze over the whole city. Man, you can taste it, you know? Anyway, just gonna carry on. Okay, so almost back home to the shop. Just try to avoid potholes. But yeah, all in all, a pretty successful road trip. Once I get back to the shop, I'll unload, show you what I got. I got stuff from the garage sale as well as from my my junk with the parts for the 51. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a good score. So I'll be back at the shop in about 5 minutes and unload, show you what I got. All right, so here's my score. There's 3 grills. This one here being the best one. The top 4 bars going across are all pretty good. A couple of small dings in the 4th lower one, or the second from the bottom. Nothing major. The bottom one is totally shot, but on this one, the bottom one is mint. It's really nice. So I can get one really good grill out of these 3. So yeah, could knock that down, start stripping it right away. Also, never even thought about this one. That's your pan between the bottom of the grill and the front bumper. So it'd be fit down here, right? I never had one of these. The one that came with the truck was disintegrated. It was gone. And out of all the parts trucks I had, never had one of these. And it's it's got a little crack in it there, and a few dings and dents in it. But we'll straighten it out and get it fixed up. So calling that a win. So I've got my grill sorted, and then from the garage sale, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of vice grip clamps, a little mini grinder, and a bunch of 3/8 and 5/16 bolts. Even 1 can of fine thread, some nuts. I picked all of this shit up here for 20 bucks. 1 pair of vice grips up here is 40 bucks. So good deal all the way around. This guy Dean, he's fixed me up with parts a few times now. It's kind of saved my ass. So maybe at the end of the day, when the job is all done, I'll get him a gift card for dinner or something. Because yeah, he saved my ass more than once. So that's awesome. And it's good to know people. The more people you know, the better it is, because you can network around and find, locate parts, and people will call you, say, hey, look, I got this or I got that. I'm not using it. This guy's got a ton of stuff. I mean, he's stacks of doors and fenders and all sorts of parts. So I'm sure I'll be back there again before this job is done. But anyway, that's how I made out. Good deal, and I'm quite pleased. So after a little bit closer look at these things, these side pieces here are pretty thin. Not good at all. Missing here all completely, and even those have a little spot. I think I'm probably just gonna take a pattern. Now these ones here are all together on either end, so I could take a pattern off of that and make up a piece. These bars are not interchangeable as far as location. The grill actually gets wider as it goes down, so it's tapered like this. So each one is longer than the previous one above it. So yeah. Now this one here, like I said, is pretty straight. A lot of surface rust. I don't know how badly pitted it'll be. This one here though, still got a lot of paint on it. The second bar, the third bar, I'm gonna go from the top. Second bar, third bar, and the bottom bar are all really good. So if I've got to change out one, changing out 2 is not a big deal. So I think I'll take this mangled one out, maybe keep these 3 pieces together, and steal the top one and which one is mangled here? The second from the bottom. So that would be this one here. Take this one out and the top one, and maybe use this grill here. And there's still a lot of paint on the inner piece too, whereas these don't have any at all really. So this one might work out better. Anyway, what I'm going to do first is oil the crap penetrating oil all the bolts on them, let it sit for a bit. I'm going to knock these things down. And what I'm going to do with the leftover pieces is put half-ass one together. I've got 2 chunks of front fenders and a front section of a hood, and I'll make up something like that jobby there, except it'll be a Chevy. And I've also got enough to do that same thing with the 56 Chevy front clip. So I got light fixtures to make. That's in the future though. Not I don't have time right now. So yeah, oil these things up. Hopefully get all the bolts free. Take them apart and start cleaning them up. Piece of cake. Okay, so there's only like a couple of bolts in each one. It's not a big deal. Almost all the pieces are basically riveted together. So I'm either gonna have to grind out or drill out rivets to take it all apart. And to clean it properly, I'm gonna have to take it right down, piece by piece. So it is what it is. So I can knock down both these grills. I took my this little guy here and stripped a little section just to see how it come out. This came out really nice, but so did this. So this surface rust will clean up quite nicely. So I'm just going to take 2 of them apart, pick the 5 best bars that I have, and make my grill from there. So yeah, it's going to take a while to take it apart, but I'll get after it. Good job to do in the shade, and it's got to be done. So I'm the only one here, so I guess I'm doing it. So there we go. Another successful road trip, and got another job to do. But you know, this is on my list, and I'll be able to cross it off my list once I get it up to paint. So yeah, that'll keep me busy. I'll probably show some of that in the next video. Kind of run out of time on this one, but hey, it is what it is. What else? Yeah, look, new subscribers, another good batch, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And you know, please subscribe. You'd be helping this old guy out. He does this guy needs a beer and subscribers. So yeah, please subscribe. And you know, if you're not doing anything else, get on the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.